Hey everyone, Dumonto in here. It's noon on Wednesday and we're talking LinkedIn. Now, for those of you who have not been with me in a future, yeah, you probably haven't been in any future broadcasts with me. Those of you who haven't been in a broadcast with me, I just wanted to fill you in on a few housekeeping items. One, when I'm sharing my screen, I'm streaming on StreamYard, and when I share my screen, I can't see any comments or questions. That's not a problem because when I get done, I will absolutely address all of your problems. Uh-oh. It looks like Okay, I just got a message saying that I wasn't live, so we're going to start over again, but I'm pretty sure I'm live. Dumont Owen here. Today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn, and I was just letting you all know that when I'm sharing my screen, I cannot see your comments, but I will come back for them because I absolutely will answer every comment and every question. Secondly, if you're watching on Facebook, Facebook has this crazy rule that won't allow me to see who's commenting. So if you're watching on Facebook, go up above. There's a little place where you can click to let SteamYard to permit StreamYard to see your name, and that will enable me to see who's asking the question. Now, if you want to be anonymous, that's totally cool with me. Just wanted to fill you in on that. Also, while I'm going through this, don't worry about taking screenshots because I will distribute the recording, a PDF of the slides. And if you ask for any resources, I'll be looking in the comments and I will send those out too. So, and finally, if you have any LinkedIn related questions or personal branding questions, I'll be happy to look at those and I'll be happy to do a future broadcast on them. So if there are things that you really want to know about how to use LinkedIn, please just let me know and I will include those. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Okay, so let's know it's not letting me share my screen from this one. I didn't think so. So hold on. I'm going to share my screen right now, which, as I said, means I will not be able to see your comments and questions, but I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. And I'm going to pull up LinkedIn. So what we're talking about today is 7 ways that you can find your ideal clients on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is absolutely superior when it comes to being able to drill down and find the exact people you're looking for. Its search functions operate way better than any of the others. Now, Facebook will allow you to drill down too, but on different characteristics. And I don't find Facebook as useful for identifying possible leads. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about 7 ways to find your ideal clients on LinkedIn. Now, I want to point out a couple of things to you before we start. By the time you get to the point where you are finding leads, you should already have in place your strategy, how you're going to use LinkedIn, what you're trying to achieve on LinkedIn, and also your profile. Because whatever strategy you use for LinkedIn, it all goes back to your profile because your profile is where you attract people and then convert them to leads. So all of this is built around that. Now, another thing I wanted to point out real quickly is that if you've been on LinkedIn for a while, you've probably heard that LinkedIn is a numbers game. Well, that's true, but it's half true, really. Yes, it's a numbers game in terms of the more people you have in your network, the more opportunities for other people to see you in action, the more they can share you, the more they can introduce you. But if you have a huge network that's filled with people that are not your ideal clients, or even close. Maybe they're completely not related, or they're not a colleague that you're trying to keep in touch with, perhaps even partner with on something. Um, LinkedIn is absolutely the place that you're going to want to do this, because you really can drill down. But what I want to make you very aware of is that some of the things on LinkedIn have changed recently. And one of those things is how many people you invite to connect on in a week. You're probably aware that a lot of the stuff on LinkedIn has become really spammy, and you don't want to spam your network. And you don't want to invite so many people to join your network that you can't develop personal relationships. Because remember, just as in real life, you get referrals from people that you know, people who like you, people that trust you. That's how you get more referrals. So even though I'm going to show you how to generate up to 100 leads a week, that doesn't mean I'm encouraging you to reach out to 100 leads a week. I would encourage you to reach out, or to invite no more than 10 clients to connect a day, or 10 possible clients. 5 would be the minimum, 10 would be the maximum. Why? Because this gives you time to look at their profile, to make that request personal, and to be much more effective. So even though you can send out a ton of LinkedIn requests, don't do it. We used to tell people, send out 500 a week. Well, guess what? You'll end up in LinkedIn jail now. So be very aware. LinkedIn has become very aware of the bots that are out there and all the spam. So this is just a heads up about that. Okay, so let's look at how you can find your ideal clients on LinkedIn. And this is really, really simple. Now, the first place I'm going to show you, you will find on your profile. Now, my profile is set up in Creator View. And as you can see right here, when I pull up my profile, you see that I'm broadcasting on my profile. But that's not what we're here to look at. What I want to show you is, and I'm right here, one of the best ways to find your ideal leads is by looking at your followers. These are people who already have an interest in you. They saw something you did and they decided to follow you. Now, you can do a couple of things. You can just go here and click plus, and you will automatically be following them. So if I decided that I wanted to follow Joanne, who recently became a follower on my network, I can just click follow and I will also have her. You can also check who you're following here. But the main thing I want you to be aware of is that you can follow all of these people. You can also go to their profile from here. And if you'll recall, and this person has follow also, but if you are using creator mode, they will have to go here to connect with you. So that's the only thing you want to be aware of. But you can go to your profile, and hold on, I'm going to show you. Oh, come on. Okay, on your profile, I am in creator mode. I just did an article on that today. If you want to see it, I just posted it on LinkedIn, and you can see here where it says resources, it says creator mode on. Now, one of the things creator mode does is it puts your followers right up here. So, 500 plus connections may not be all that impressive, and it's never going to show more than 500 plus connection, but you could have a gazillion followers here and you could access every single one to see who they were. And if you are not in creator mode, your followers are going to show up right here in what will be your dashboard. It's shaded blue, and you are the only person who can see that. So to turn creator mode on or off, look there. And you can also add You'll also be able to click on your followers there and see who's following you. These are like warm leads. I mean, they already are interacting with you. So it's really it's really a high probability that people will respond to you if you do it this way. Okay, another way. Let's go down here and okay, this would also be on your blue dashboard. You're seeing my dashboard. So I can go in here and I can click profile views. Now, what profile views tell you is that these are the people who had enough interest that they viewed your profile. Well, that's really good news. Now, one thing I want to make you aware of, I have Sales Navigator, which is one of the premium services. So when I go to look at profile reviews, it shows me every single profile review for the last 90 days. It also shows me these need analytics so that I can see, exactly who's seen me, profile reviews up 150, 185% since last week. I must be doing something right. But if you do not have Sales Navigator, just be aware of this. It's only going to show you this first row. So if you want to follow up with people who have viewed your profile, check in with this every day, or if you have a virtual assistant, have your virtual assistant check in. But this is a great resource because these are people who were interested enough that they checked out your profile. So you can go back to them, check out their profile, and invite them to connect. It's really a great way to find new prospects. Okay, another way. Now I'm going to go back to my profile right here just because it makes it easy to show you. Okay, next we're going to look at advanced search. And this is really cool because LinkedIn really lets you drill down, like I said. So let's see, I'm going to look for career coaches because I work with a lot of career coaches. Okay, so you can see it's bringing up this list, right? I'm going to click on see all results. And that's going to take me to this screen. This is the advanced search screen. And what I want you to notice is that across here, whoops, I'm going to redo this because it's not showing everything I want you to see. Okay, across here you can see it has all of these different things you can search by. But what I really want you to see is that when I choose all filters, it brings up this screen. And this is where I can really get granular. Now, first of all, I'm going to, let's see. Scroll down here. Usually, where's the option to see all people? Wait a second. Career coaches. See all results. People. Okay, so I can go right here. I can click all filters, and that takes me to this screen. And this is seriously so cool. Now, before I show you how to do this, I want you to be aware that if you're using the free version of LinkedIn, you can only save up to 3 searches. But 3 searches is a lot. If you have Sales Navigator, you can save unlimited searches. So in going through here, I'm looking at, these are all people who are career coaches or LinkedIn identifies, or they've identified themselves to LinkedIn as career coaches. And you can see that brought up 162,000 results. There's no way I'm ever going to work myself through 162,000 people. So I'm going to want to filter them. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is select second. And I'm doing that because second degree connections are connected to my first degree connections, meaning that if you were thinking of it about it on a different social platform where you have friends, you connect with friends, these would be the friends of your friends. And the advantage in one of the advantages in having a large network is that anytime that one of your network comment or like one of your posts, then it opens it up to all their connections. And a second advantage is that Your second degree connections are connected to your first degree connections, meaning that you can ask one of your first degree connections to introduce you. And you know that when we have a referral, it just seems so much more trustworthy. We'll talk about that a lot more, but I want to make you aware of that right now, that this is a great way to grow your network. Okay, locations. I'm going to make this simple. Okay. Let's see. Let's add I'm going to add Australia because I've had people in Australia before. Okay. So I have those. I'm not looking at a particular company right now. I could look at a past company that they belong to, or I could add a school. And I can also click, like, this is one that I often click because I work with a lot of professional trainers and coaches. Profile language, well, my French and Spanish are a little rusty, but I'm going to leave that for right now. People who are open to pro bono consulting and volunteering or joining a nonprofit, I can click those. I can also click service at categories. So I'm going to click coaching and executive leadership and career development coaching. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do for now. So click results and let's see what happens here. Okay. I had 160 some thousand results before. Now I have 1900. We're definitely going in the right direction because there is no way that you are going to work through 1900 connections this week, right? So I'm going to go back to all filters and I'm going to narrow this down a little bit more. So let's say that, okay, I'm going to add a company. I'm going to add International Coaching Federation. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add that one and click show results. 17. Okay, now that's probably a little less than I normally generate. I normally get about 100 that I work on, and that will last me through 1 week, because the reason I only send out 5 to 10 invitations a week is that I screen each of those people and look at whether they would really be, a good lead for me. So that's the way to do this. 17 is a little too few, but it still works. Okay, another thing that you can do here, I'm going to go back for a second I'm going to look at all filters again. No, I'm going to leave this search because I want to do something else. So let's say I'm just going to put in consultants because that's a pretty broad base. See all results. How many consultants do we have? Oh, okay, that's jobs, groups, posts. Come on, where are your people? People. Oh, wait, no, I can do that up here. People. Okay, so that's getting me 26 million people. I'm going to have to narrow that down a little bit. So we could put location. I could put United States, Ohio, Greater Cleveland, United Kingdom. Let's throw in India there too. Okay, show results. So that cut it almost in half. So let's look at all filters and let's take this down a little bit more. Okay, we've got locations. How about, let's see. I'm going to say I'm only looking at computer science, English, and consulting, and let's see what this does. 3,300. So you can see that we're going in the right direction. I would encourage you to keep narrowing your search until you have no more than 1 to 500, because that's all you're really going to be able to keep track of for a while. So just because you can connect with a lot of people doesn't even mean that you want to connect with a lot of people. It's much more important to connect and build that relationship than connecting and building a relationship is far more important than having a large network. It would really pay to have a smaller network that's filled with all your ideal clients, don't you think? So that's why you want to pay a lot of attention to searches. So I could go back and I could narrow this or unnarrow. Well, no, let's narrow this. Oh, I didn't put second degree. Okay, now let's see what happens. Okay, 617. So you can see that things are, actually, I think I had last time. So let's look at that. Let's look at, let's see, what'll I add here? And I want them to have worked for Microsoft. Okay, now let's see what the results are. 30. Okay, so that would be, if I were looking to make connections in Microsoft, that's a really great number to work with, because you want to make sure that you've really reviewed those people, reviewed their profiles, and found something in common and connected with them that way. Okay, next. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm going to put in, let's see. Let's go back to career coaches for this one. Okay, so you can see again, I could go just right here, but I'm going to go to all filters. Now you can, wait a minute, career coach only had 5 results. No, something's wrong there. Let's reload that one. Career coach. Okay, now I can now go to, and it's still not, let's reset it. Okay, so I've got career coach, and that came up with all of these. So I'm going to look at see all results, and then I'm going to go to schools. Now, in fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to all filters just to show you how this can work. Wait a minute. Let's see, career coaching. Let's try this search again. Career coach. Okay, now as I look across here, see these, and I can see all people results. So I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to look at all filters, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Alumni are a great source of connections. You know, you already have something in common with them. You can put something in your invitation to connect that will make it, you know, will make a connection cite a commonality, or give them a sincere compliment. So I can go here and I can come down and I can say, okay, I want to see second degree connections, and I want to see second degree connections from, okay, who went to, let's say, Florida State. I went to school in Florida. You're going to see a theme here. Whoops, that's the past company. Don't want that. I wanted school. And I'm going to put university. Florida. Whoop. Okay, and now I'm going to search. Now, see, that cut it right down to 1,100 search results. So that's another really great way to connect with people. What I would do in this instance is I would go to Tracy's profile, review it, see if there's something else that I could comment on, and then I can click connect. And the reason I want to click connect and invite her from her profile is that when you click connect on someone's profile, it lets you add a note of 300 characters, including white spaces. This is really important, because this is going to make your invitation personal, and it's going to make it far more likely that you'll get an acceptance. Okay, next. Okay, so we've got, oh, here's one that, let's see. I'm just going to go to this person because I know this is called people also viewed. And I'm bringing up this profile because I want you to see how this works. Under people also, if you click, you want to show people also viewed, and you do that in your settings. If you want that to display on your profile, and it's going to show up in the right-hand corner, and it's going to be people who are somewhat similar to you. So I don't have it turned on in my profile because what it's going to do is it's going to say, well, people who are also looking for people who know about LinkedIn looked at these people. I'm not that generous. I'm sorry. I don't want to publicize my competitors. But some people feel that this shows cooperation, it shows respect, it shows that you're a team player. So just be aware that you can go through here. And then once I'm in here, I can look and say, okay, I want to connect with this person. And I can click connect and add that note. And if I don't want to do that, I can't. Whoops. I think I just invited her. I better. I'm going to withdraw that real quick because I don't want to invite somebody who has no clue who I am or why I'm there. Okay, another one. Now, this is one that you can only do in Sales Navigator. Everything I've shown you up till now, you can do at least to a certain extent in Sales Navigator. People also are people who viewed your profile. You're only going to be able to see 2 at a time, so you have to check that daily. Quite, that's kind of inconvenient, but you can at least do it. Now I'm going to show you 2 tricks that you can only do in Sales Navigator, but they are worth the price. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to do this. But first, I'm going to go back and search for career coaches again. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I am going to go here. I'm sorry. I misled you. I'm going to go here and click all filters because that brings up the Sales Navigator search. And it searches on a lot of the same things that you get in the free version, except that it has some additional fields that can be really, really helpful. For instance, company headcount, company type, how long they've been a member. Now, that might not seem like a really big deal, but if someone's only been a member for 3 months, chances are that they don't have that big a network and they might be more interested in connecting. This doesn't mean that you're going to prey on them, okay? This means that they are people who are new. They may not even know anyone who offers your services. So it's a good way to connect with people. But the main thing I want to show you is that I can look by both lead filters or account filters and find people. Now, in many ways, it's going to act a lot like what I showed you in the other one. But what I really want to show you here is that you can go all the way to the bottom and click here, connections of. This is so cool. Okay, I'm going to go back to Deb just because I've already picked on her. Okay, that should do it. Let's see. Yep, and there they are. Now, the cool thing about this is that I can now go in. I have pulled all this person's connections up, but I can go in and I can filter their list. I can put more things on this. For instance, I'm only interested in the people in this geography. Or, I'm only interested in people who worked for this company or have this function. You can set it up in Sales Navigator to filter your competitors' connections. Now, how cool is that? Now, the final thing I want to show you, and this is literally my favorite way to find new leads. And I'm going to show you this. I'm going to go to my lead lists up here. Now, lead lists are made up of people that I have found when I've been looking for leads who might be my ideal clients. And I say might be because it doesn't eliminate that need to go in and check people's profiles and figure out whether they really are a good candidate for your services or not. But let's look at this. I can go into lead filters. Oh, wait, no, lead lists. I'm sorry. I can go into lead lists, and this brings up all my lists of leads. Now, some are really current. Some are from a while ago. Some are not as current anymore. So I'm going to go to one of those because I already know them. All right, so I'm going to go here to Therese. Let's say that Therese is my ideal client. Therese would be a great client for anyone, those of you who know her. I can go, see, I've checked off in front of her name and her picture. I'm going to go over here and click View Similar. This is so cool. And bam, 100 people who have the same characteristics as Therese, or at least some of them. And I'm going to be able to go in now and look at each one of them and invite them to connect if that's what I want to do. Now, here's what's really cool. You can get Sales Navigator for free for 1 month. You can try it for free, or you can just subscribe to it for 1 month and go in every day. If you went in every day for 30 days and just did this little trick that I just showed you about going to lead list, I'm going to show you one more time just so you got that. I went to lead list, clicked off a name, came over here and clicked off View Similar, and that's all there is to it. So what if you did this for 30 days in a row? You would have 3,000 possible candidates, 3,000 people who could be your ideal clients, leads or clients. What you want to do is make sure that you copy down these names, that you either take screenshots or have, you know, your student assistant or someone like that help you. But you cannot export leads from Sales Navigator. So when you disconnect from Sales Navigator, when you cancel the service, all your leads lists are going to disappear. So you want to make sure that you are making note of these. Then you have, 3,000 leads, that's going to take you quite a while to get through, about a year. Anyway, I just saw a message coming from my virtual assistant. Sorry for the distraction. So anyway, those are 7 very easy ways to connect on LinkedIn. Now I am going to go down here. First, let me go here and get rid of that. Okay. I'm going to stop screen sharing. There we go. Oh, look. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Betsy. Okay, you're talking to her. Creator mode can be useful in that it allows one to create a short video behind one's LinkedIn photo for a quick video hello. Yes, Craig, you are so right. That is one of my very favorite comments, or that's one of my very favorite features about LinkedIn. And this is fairly recent. So, that's a good tip, because what it does is in your photo that you see on your page, on your profile, if you record a brief cover video, and I do have a post like that if you want to check it out. If you create a short cover video, when someone goes to your profile, they're going to see a 30-second video of you saying, hey, thanks for stopping by my profile. I'm Dumont Owen. Well, no, you're not going to say you're Dumont Owen, but you get the idea. Now, let's see. I have experienced success in engaging the leads who are fed into you. Not ProFinder, but okay, you respond to some. Okay. I think, Craig, I'm understanding your question. Craig asked, in fact, I think I can show this. Nope. Yeah. Craig asked that said that he'd be interested in seeing if attendees have experienced success in engaging the leads that are fed. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, Craig. I'm going to actually go back and share my screen again and go. I'm going to pull up LinkedIn real quick again. Okay, so when you are on LinkedIn, when you go to network, and it also, you get something similar to this in Sales Navigator too. You are going to see people suggested to you as possible leads you might want to connect with. And I have not found, well, I really haven't used this a whole lot, so I can't say for sure, but what I can tell you is you absolutely don't want to hit this connect button. You want to go to their profile because that is the only place where you can actually, when you connect, add that message. And that personal message is going to make all the difference in the world. Now in Sales Navigator, and Craig, this may have been what you were talking about, I'm not sure. In Sales Navigator, they will, let's see, they suggest various people, recommended leads and account leads. And I have not worked with that a great deal to see, see what, how well that works. I do know that some of the people who have connected with me from those leads, they're very generic and I don't usually know why they want to connect with me. So I think it's still always a good idea to connect with them from their profile. And when you start off with a personal message, it opens up, it creates a new quality to the invitation and contributes to the relationship. And it doesn't have to be much. Just, I came across your profile and I noticed that we have, I could say, personal branding in common. I'd love to connect with you and swap ideas. What do you say? And, then when they connect with you, you have you have that entree into what you saw in common with them, inviting them to get on a phone call that week. There are all kinds of ways you can pursue it from there. But that's part of the reason that I say connect only from a profile, because that personalization is going to make all the difference in the world. It's the difference between, saying to someone, hey, you want to go to a movie, and saying, do you want to go to such and such a movie? Because it's going to get more interest. So that's pretty much it for now. I'm going to stop sharing my screen again. Greg. Okay. Oh, great. Craig, I appreciate you being participating so much. So you're not using Sales Navigator right now, and and they're not very, very responsive when you connect with them. Yeah, and I do think that connecting from their profile will really help help approach that. Will be a good way for you to approach that. So thank you for your questions. Those have been great questions, and I really appreciate them. So everyone, if you are seeing this in the playback, or if you're getting the recording tomorrow, because I will send it to you, just let me know. If you have any more questions, you can shoot me an email. My email is Dumont, DUMONT at DumontOwen.com. My claim to fame is that I help coaches, consultants, and other professional service providers generate more leads on LinkedIn. And the last thing I really want to leave you with is, remember, it's not the size of your network that matters. It's the people who are in your network and how well you have defined that network. Okay, I wanted to tell you real quick, I will be live next week, next Tuesday, right here at noon. And we're going to be talking about how to build a LinkedIn profile that sells while you sleep. And then on the 30th, that's a Tuesday also, I'll be live talking about how you can use video to get greater participation. So this is Dumont Owen saying ta-ta for now.